Money has changed forms throughout history. It has been gold, silver, paper, and now digital numbers on a screen. Economies have risen and fallen. Technology has transformed the way people live, work, and invest. Entire industries have disappeared while new ones have emerged almost overnight. Yet despite all these changes, the principles that create lasting wealth have remained remarkably consistent. They worked 50 years ago, they work today, and they will continue to work long after today's trends have faded. Too many people spend their lives searching for shortcuts. They believe there is a secret investment, a hidden opportunity, or a lucky break that separates the wealthy from everyone else. But lasting wealth is rarely the result of luck. More often, it is the reward for consistently following simple principles that most people know but very few practice. The first thing to understand is that wealth is created long before it appears in your bank account. Every financial result begins as a way of thinking. If your habits remain the same, your income may change for a while, but eventually your finances will return to where your habits naturally lead them. That's why lasting success is never about chasing money first. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally creates value. Principle 1. Invest in yourself before you invest anywhere else. The greatest investment you will ever make is not in the stock market, real estate, or a business. It is in yourself. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every meaningful conversation you have, and every lesson you apply increases your value in the marketplace. People often ask how to earn more money, but a better question is, how can I become more valuable? Income usually follows value. Employers pay for value. Customers pay for value. Businesses grow because they provide value. If you become better than you were yesterday, your opportunities begin to expand. Imagine two people starting with the same salary. One spends every evening watching television and scrolling through social media. The other spends an hour reading, learning new skills, improving communication, and understanding how successful people think. At first, their lives look almost identical. A year later, the difference is noticeable. 5 years later, the gap is dramatic. 10 years later, they appear to have lived completely different lives. The difference wasn't luck, it was daily investment. Personal development compounds just like money does. The effort you make today may seem small, but over time it creates opportunities that could never have existed otherwise. Every new skill opens another door. Every lesson learned prevents a costly mistake. Every improvement in your character strengthens your ability to lead, influence, and create. Principle 2. Live below your means. One of the greatest financial traps is trying to look wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. Many people increase their spending the moment their income increases. A raise becomes a new car. A bonus becomes an expensive vacation. More income simply creates more expenses, and despite earning more than ever, they remain financially stressed. Real wealth often looks surprisingly ordinary. Many financially successful people don't spend their lives trying to impress strangers. They understand that every unnecessary purchase is money that can no longer work for their future. Instead of buying status, they buy freedom. They recognize that financial peace comes not from earning the most, but from controlling what they spend. Living below your means isn't about deprivation. It's about giving yourself choices. Every dollar you don't waste becomes a tool that can create future opportunities. Savings provide security. Investments create growth. Wise spending creates independence. The wealthiest mindset isn't asking, can I afford this? It's asking, is this helping me build the life I truly want? There is a tremendous difference between being rich and looking rich. Looking rich often requires constant spending. Becoming wealthy requires consistent discipline. One seeks admiration, the other builds freedom. As your income grows, resist the temptation to let your lifestyle grow at the same speed. Instead, allow your investments, your knowledge, and your financial security to grow first. The rewards may not be immediate, but they are lasting. Most people underestimate what consistent financial discipline can accomplish over 10 or 20 years. Small decisions repeated faithfully have an extraordinary way of transforming an ordinary life into an exceptional one. And that's the beauty of timeless principles. They never go out of style because they are rooted in character rather than circumstances. Principle 3. Learn to create more than you consume. One of the easiest ways to recognize the direction of someone's financial future is to observe what they do with their time. Are they constantly consuming, or are they creating? The world rewards creators. It rewards people who solve problems, develop ideas, improve systems, build businesses, write books, design products, teach valuable skills, and serve others in meaningful ways. Consumption may entertain you for a moment, but creation changes your future. Every hour spent building something valuable has the potential to pay you back for years. Every hour spent only consuming disappears forever. That doesn't mean you should never relax or enjoy life. Rest is important. But if your life becomes nothing but entertainment, your future slowly slips away while someone else is building theirs. Successful people ask themselves a simple question almost every day. What did I create today? Perhaps it was a better relationship. Perhaps it was a new business idea. Perhaps it was an improved system at work. Perhaps it was a new skill that increased their value. Whatever it was, they finished the day having added something to the world instead of merely taking from it. Creation builds confidence because it reminds you that your future is something you shape, not something you wait for. Principle 4. Master the discipline of delayed gratification. Modern society encourages instant satisfaction. Everything arrives quickly. Food, entertainment, shopping, even information. We've become accustomed to getting what we want immediately. Unfortunately, wealth doesn't work that way. Financial success rewards those who can delay today's pleasure for tomorrow's freedom. The ability to say not yet is one of the most valuable financial skills anyone can develop. Imagine two people receiving the same paycheck. One spends nearly all of it before the month ends, chasing temporary excitement. The other sets aside a portion before spending anything else. At first, their lives seem almost identical. Neither appears significantly wealthier than the other, but months become years, years become decades. Eventually, one person owns assets that produce income while the other owns memories of purchases that lost their value almost as soon as they were made. Delayed gratification isn't about denying yourself happiness. It's about choosing a greater happiness later. It's understanding that every financial decision is also a life decision. Every dollar has a destination. You either spend it to satisfy today's emotions or invest it to improve tomorrow's possibilities. Wealth belongs to those who consistently think beyond the present moment. Principle 5. Guard your mind like your greatest investment. Your financial future is shaped by the conversations you allow into your mind. Negative thinking has quietly destroyed more dreams than economic recessions ever have. Some people constantly focus on what they can't do. They believe opportunities belong to someone else. They assume wealthy people were simply lucky. They criticize success instead of studying it. Without realizing it, they train their minds to reject abundance before it ever arrives. Your thoughts become your decisions become your habits become your results. That's why successful people are selective about what they read, what they listen to, and who they spend time with. If every voice around you complains about money, eventually you'll begin seeing money through the same lens. If everyone around you believes success is impossible, your own confidence slowly begins to disappear. But place yourself among people who think differently, and your perspective begins to expand. You begin seeing possibilities where you once saw limitations, solutions where you once saw problems, opportunity where others only notice obstacles. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your financial life far more than most people realize. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, executive, or professional first learned to manage their thinking before they manage their money, because money simply magnifies who you already are. If you're disciplined with little, you'll likely become disciplined with much. If you're careless with little more money, usually creates bigger problems instead of bigger opportunities. That's why personal growth always comes before financial growth. Money follows value, value follows growth, and growth begins in the mind. Principle 6, build multiple streams of value. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is believing that one source of income will always be enough. It may feel secure today, but the world changes quickly. Companies evolve, industries transform, technology replaces jobs that once seemed permanent. If your financial future depends on a single paycheck, you're placing all of your hopes in one basket. Financial security doesn't come from having one large income. It comes from having several ways to create value. Think of a mighty river. It stays strong because countless streams flow into it. If one stream dries up, the river continues because others keep feeding it. Your finances should work the same way. Your primary job may provide stability, but your skills can create opportunities beyond your job. Perhaps you develop a business, invest wisely, write, teach, consult, create digital products, or acquire assets that produce income over time. Every additional stream isn't just another source of money, it's another layer of freedom. The beautiful thing is that most additional income streams begin as small ideas. Very few successful businesses started as massive organizations. They began with one customer, one product, one service, one conversation, or one decision to solve a problem better than anyone else. Too often people wait until everything is perfect before they begin. They want the perfect plan, the perfect timing, and the perfect conditions, but perfection rarely arrives. Progress belongs to those who start before they feel completely ready. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every successful investor once made a first investment. Every business owner once served a first customer. Every author once wrote a first page. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is often smaller than you think. What separates the two is not talent, it is action. Don't underestimate the value of planting seeds. Some will grow quickly, others will take years, but the person who continually plants eventually enjoys a harvest that surprises everyone else. Principle 7. Wealth is built through consistency, not intensity. Perhaps the greatest wealth principle of all is this: consistency always beats occasional brilliance. Many people become excited for a few weeks. They create ambitious goals, work tirelessly for a short period, and then slowly drift back into old habits. Their progress comes in bursts, followed by long periods of inactivity. Successful people understand something different. They know that ordinary actions repeated consistently produce extraordinary results. Imagine improving just 1% each day, reading 10 pages instead of none, saving a small amount every month, learning one new skill every quarter, making one new connection every week, improving one system in your business every month. None of these actions seem dramatic on their own. In fact, they often feel too small to matter. But that's exactly how wealth is built, brick by brick, decision by decision, day after day, year after year. A tree doesn't become enormous overnight. It grows quietly, adding one ring after another until its strength becomes impossible to ignore. Financial success follows the same pattern. People often ask, how long will it take? A better question is, how long am I willing to stay consistent? Because success has a habit of arriving just after most people give up. The difference between those who achieve financial freedom and those who constantly struggle is rarely intelligence. It's the willingness to keep making wise decisions long after the excitement has faded. Don't chase motivation every morning. Build routines that work whether you feel motivated or not. Don't depend on inspiration. Depend on habits. Habits never have bad days. Habits don't wait for perfect weather. Habits continue working while emotions come and go, and eventually those habits create a life that once seemed impossible. As you reflect on these 7 timeless principles, you'll notice they all point in the same direction. None of them promise overnight riches. None rely on luck or secret formulas. Instead, they ask something far more valuable of you. Become a better person. Become someone who learns continuously, someone who spends wisely, someone who creates more than they consume, someone who thinks long-term, someone who protects their mindset, someone who builds opportunities instead of waiting for them, someone who shows up consistently, even when no one is watching. If you become that person, wealth becomes more than an amount of money. It becomes the natural byproduct of the value you bring to the world. And that is why these principles never expire. Markets will change, technology will change, the economy will change, but character, discipline, wisdom, and consistent action will always remain the true foundation of lasting wealth. So begin today. Not next week, not next year. Today, read one more page, learn one new lesson, save one more dollar, improve one valuable skill. Take one courageous step toward your future, because the life you dream about is not built through one extraordinary decision. It is built through thousands of ordinary decisions made with extraordinary consistency. That is the path to wealth. That is the path to freedom, and that path is open to anyone willing to walk it.